It says Wyatt's riding his bike and he takes 2 hours to ride 12.8 kilometers. In general, when you read about distance traveled, how long it takes, time, how fast they're going, the speed, the rate, you want to think of the equation that's sometimes referred to as the DIRT formula. The reason why we call it the DIRT formula, if you look at distance equals rate times time, that looks a little bit like DIRT formula. Okay, so ultimately, you're gonna know 2 out of 3 things. So you're reading through the information and making substitutions. It says 12.8 kilometers and that's a distance. So I'm gonna replace the distance with 12.8. Okay, bring down the equal sign there. It says we have 2 hours. So I'm gonna replace the time with 2 hours. And then what is his speed? So that's another way of saying what's the rate. So I'm missing the R. Now that I have 2 of the 3 substituted, I can solve it. To get rid of multiply by 2, I'm gonna divide by 2 to get R by itself. So if I take 12.8 divided by 2, I'm gonna get 6.4. It's how fast they're going. So the rate, kilometers, and hours are involved. So it's going to be 6.4 kilometers per hour. You can also look at it in terms of you divided by time. So distance label was kilometers divided by the time label hours, kilometers per hour. Okay, here's just one more example. Anna went for a drive in her new car. She drove at a speed of 62.5 miles per hour. And she was driving for 5 hours. How far did she drive? So you grab your DIRT formula, make substitutions. So 62.5 miles per hour is a rate. So I'm gonna replace the rate with 62.5. 5 hours. So I'm gonna replace the time with 5. Bring down the equals. And we wanna know the distance. So since we don't know the distance, that's D. The letter D is already by itself. So I just need to multiply these together. And if I multiply 62.5 by 5, I end up with 312.5. Again, it's a distance, so she drove 312.5 miles. Okay, so step 1, write down your generic equation. Step 2, go looking for 2 out of the 3, substitute those, and then finish getting the letter by itself.